Yo, you listen to more about something else. Once again, thank you for listening. And on this episode, we talk about entrepreneurship, financial stability, Terrance versus Drake, Roseanne Barr. You know, it's a packed episode today. But once again, go cop Dominant Existence if you already haven't on iBooks and on moreaboutsomethingelse.com. And please, if you like the show, subscribe, rate the show on iTunes. And it's on all platforms, so enjoy. Now here's a clip from the show. Like, you don't have to go to school. Like, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going back to school to get my business degree. I'm like, for what? Bro, every business textbook says the same thing. Go to Barnes & Nobles. No, not Barnes & Nobles. Half-price bookstore. Go buy you a textbook. Go to Amazon. Go buy you a textbook and read that month. Because that's all you're going to do in school. And now that you heard that, let's begin.
First off, I'm going to have to ask you to go and rate this show, maybe even leave a comment. And you could do that on iTunes or SoundCloud, and for Android users, you can now listen via Google Play. Now, this podcast may contain explicit content, just saying, so open your mind, relax, and listen to this dope-ass podcast.
For thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Hey, food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest.
If people don't understand that, well, they don't understand nothing.
Truth spilling, leaving victims to my honest ways. I come in peaks like an alien from outer space. Internet pirates riding waves on your webpage. Download shit, click the link, press play. I don't mean to pray, but I pray every week for myself, for my fam, cause we all gotta eat. Protein, no more sweets. Till I'm caked up on the beach in Belize. Food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Wait, food for thought coming fresh, I'm the chef. I got greens for your brain, have a taste, it's the best. Food for thought from the flesh, tag along on the quest to find more about something else. Wait.
Yo, you're listening to More About Something Else. My name is Joshua, and thank you for listening. Truly, truly appreciate it. If you end up liking this show, please go ahead and subscribe. Leave us a comment on iTunes, Just spread the word. I truly appreciate that. And you are listening to the greatest episode up to date, so, you're lucky, right? But, I want to start off with this. I feel like my time is very, very important to me. I value it like I value anything else that I feel like is a prized possession. The only reason why I value my time so much is because I can't get it back. And that's why I don't really waste my time, Thus saying that, I'm going to start charging people, if you want to talk to me, like in person or through the phone or something. Like, not necessarily in that case, but just know that when you talk to me, you're going to have to pay me because I know my worth. And that's what I'm coming down to. I know my worth. I'm not going to sit here and settle for you to talk to me about no nonsense. I'm not going to waste my time. We're not going to do no fugazi bull. It's just that. That's all I mean by it. Time is precious. We are 6 months deep into the year, and, a lot of people are asking, where did the time go? Where did the time go? Time moves when you're doing stuff, and time moves when you're not doing stuff. And that's just how things are. But I feel like I get more out of doing things, and time is moving at a fast rate. A part of me says, where did the time go? Because I wish I had more time to really finish everything that I want to do. I get so frustrated because I want to finish doing things, or I wish that there was more time in the day, in 24 hours. I really wish that I had more time during the day to do stuff, but I can't because that's just the way it is. But I'm just saying, say, look, like if you're not doing something, do something. You've been telling yourself you've been wanting to do something for the longest. And that's another thing, like, I just want to segue into just doing things, A lot of people like to announce what they're going to do. And, it never really pans out when you announce it. Never really pans out when you tell so many people. Like, don't tell people your plans. Like, just come out with it. When I started this podcast, I made sure I had 4 episodes so I can be able to work off of that momentum. And that's just it. Like, do what you got to do. Make sure that you take care of your business. I don't know. That's it. Things that bother me this week. Everybody's talking about the NBA finals and whatnot. And to me personally, I like it. I like the 4-peat, same teams going in. We're talking about the Warriors and we're talking about LeBron James, essentially, because the people on this team are obviously not well enough to play at that level of basketball. But people are complaining about it, saying, oh, it's going to be boring, blase, blase. Right. It's not that it's boring. It's that the people of the NBA need to get better. Like, people are mad saying that, oh, this is going to be boring. No, it's not that it's going to be boring. Your favorite team can't beat the Warriors, or your favorite team can't beat LeBron James because your organization is corrupt. And that's just it. A lot of these organizations that hasn't made it to the playoffs, like the Timberwolves made it to the playoffs for the first time. How long? Like, same draft class as Steph Curry, but they decided to get Ricky Rubio and some other point guard. They missed out on Klay Thompson, and they made it to the playoffs for the first time. Orlando hasn't been to the playoffs since, 2011, when they went to the NBA Finals? I don't know. Like, it's just things like that. You have a corrupt organization, and that's why you can't make it to the NBA Finals, yet alone the NBA playoffs. So don't say, oh, the NBA is corrupt, the NBA is rigged. Well, I don't know. I'm starting to think that the NBA is rigged because of Game 1. But don't say it's corrupt and don't say it's rigged because your favorite team can't make it to the finals. Do better. Just do better. Now, I know that everything happened with Drake and whatnot, and that's cool. It happened, right? A lot of hip hop heads say, well, this is beef. The only thing that rubbed me the wrong way was that Pusha T said you never should have brought my fiance into it. Well, he really didn't say nothing. He just said, I'm going to let it ring on you like Virginia Williams. Like, that's it. And that's the crazy thing about it, because you coming out here and this song and it's like essentially you did your homework. Well, I don't even want to say you did your homework. You paid somebody to get the information for you. And here we are. And now everybody's going on a tangent about how Drake is a deadbeat and how Drake is this and how Drake is that. I don't want to hear nothing when Drake breaks streaming records. Like, I don't want to hear anything, Like, it just doesn't make sense for you to talk about it. But here we are. People are still talking about it. How, oh, Drake hasn't responded. Oh, he lost. At this point, it doesn't matter, because I feel like Terrance has pissed off more people than just Drake. You don't talk about people that have multiple sclerosis. Like, that's fucked up. It really is fucked up. Like, the producer had nothing to do with the beef, but yet, like, that's what you could have come across with. Like, that's what you had. And all the information that he did talk about in his song, we already knew. Like, it was old news, but, social media loves to drag things along and act like they have amnesia. Like, it's just things like that. And that's the issue. It really is an issue. But I don't know, like, Terrance is, he's a gossip girl that tells lies about selling drugs. I don't know if now, like, you're 41 years old, still talking about selling drugs. I don't know. Like, you can't be out here talking to political people and saying, oh, I'm for the black cause, and, like, you still pushing that type of agenda. The only reason why Terrance is getting a lot of a lot of attention is because he's going on these press runs. Let me remind you that nobody talked about Terrance until he dropped his album. Not even until he dropped his album, but till he dropped his diss record. Like, nobody talked about him until then. And, he's still carrying on going on all these press runs. Like, the only reason why you're important right now is because you're talking about Drake. But, it is what it is. As a fan, I can't really just get all emotional and mad about it. I have to be objective. Honestly, there was no reason for Drake to be in that blackface. But at the same time, I feel like we all make mistakes when we were young. Not self-aware of how this can play back on us, The crazy thing is that this picture has been out on the internet for how long now? It's been out. We just didn't pay attention to it. But you know what? It's cool. I'ma just relax on it. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Another thing that pissed me off, it bothered me, was that, so I'm back on social media just for a little bit. Like, I like to limit my time on social media. And, upon me getting on, I just saw bullshit. Like, I don't know, it kind of bothered me to the point where I didn't want to be on as much. So Kanye dropped his album, which I feel like everybody forgot that he dropped his album. But, there's people on social media saying, Kanye is supporting Trump and Kanye is crazy saying slavery was a choice. You're crazy if you listen to his album and you still support him. Look, I'm going to still listen to the music. Like, unlike the sheep that are on social media, I can separate the artist from the person. Like, let's not forget that Kanye is one of the best producers, one of the best artists that we have of this generation. Let's not forget that. And the crazy thing about it is that everybody was all upset about it, and now Kanye has the #1 album in the US. Crazy, huh? Crazy how that works. And I feel like people are still trying to drag this slavery was a choice. Like, he didn't really say it. Like, it wasn't his antics. Like it wasn't like he planned to say it. That's the crazy thing about it. Like, he just reacted. It's like all you dumbass people that have these unpopular opinions. It's Kanye's unpopular opinion. But, a lot of people, or I don't even want to say a lot of people, a lot of y'all can't think for yourselves. And that's a sad thing. Because you got to go to social media to get your validation about your theory, Because somebody retweets. Like, honestly, me retweeting doesn't actually mean that I agree with you. It may just mean that I understand. I understand where you're coming from, bro. But, a lot of people don't know certain things like that. And that's okay. It's okay to be sheep. Because at the end of the day, look where we are. You can't sit here and complain about anything when you're a prisoner of the moment. And that's the thing, In everything that we do, a lot of people are prisoners of the moment. What does that mean? It means that you react on what's going on right then and there. It's like live tweeting, And it's sad. It really is sad. But it's okay, because hopefully, and that's the thing, I pray that everybody just decides to wake up one day. The internet is a good and bad thing, but, if you let it consume you, if you let it dictate your opinions about how you believe something, I don't know. You can't really hang around me. I don't appreciate those type of people, Like, people are going out and tweeting about things, and I'm just looking at, like, you don't really have facts. Like, you're just talking. It's because you have a large following that is getting so much clout. But that's all anybody really wants nowadays, is clout. But I don't know, I'm just talking about it. Those are the things that bothered me this week. Oh, actually, the Roseanne thing, I don't know why they brought back Roseanne, but apparently it was doing good. It was one of the best TV shows on, like, currently. You know, they managed to get $9 billion for next season. It's crazy, right? $9 billion for next season in advertisements. And now everybody is gone because of a tweet. And to blame it on ambient is crazy, you know? It really is crazy. Like, I get it. Ambien makes you do weird, crazy things. Like, if you don't know what the drug is, go look it up. Like, and look up the side effects and what it actually does to you. It doesn't make you racist though. And Roseanne says, I didn't know that she was black, in reference to the person that she was talking about. And, you know, it just doesn't matter. You know, how long you been talking about Obama? You said Brotherhood Muslim or some shit like that. I'm just like, what's the issue? The crazy thing now is that all racists are going to be hiding. Like, every time you take something away from racist people or people that act on bigotry and stuff of that nature, whenever you cancel them, you send a message to the rest of the racist people saying, hey, like, don't be wilding out. But that's it. Like, it's just sad how we got all these people out here. Like Roseanne said out there, and you know, everybody got jobs, right? And they canceled them. And like, I don't know if you know how it works in Hollywood, but like, if you cancel that, you don't get a check. They managed to bring back everybody from the original cast, and you know, who knows? Some of these people weren't even living here. You know, it's not even that they pulled off Roseanne, like in general. They pulled off all the old episodes too. So all that residual money that was able to sustain you back in the day, or before the season started, you're not getting that no more. So I hope that you save the money that you have right now, and that's just it. But hey, you know, kudos to ABC for, I guess, acting accordingly. But you know, we're gonna pay for the repercussions when all the racists go back into hiding. I want to know who's racist. Like, that's the thing with all these businesses and people trying to call for their jobs and whatnot. I want to know so I don't go there. You know, the one way to hurt somebody is to hurt them financially. That is it. If they don't have the funds to have a business open, then yeah. But anyways, you know, I was talking to a new manager at my job, right? And you know, she said something to me, and I feel like it's very common with a lot of people, and it's just waking up early. Like, why don't you like waking up early? And you know, I think about things like that because I wake up early on my days off, or I wake up early just, you know, before work, making time for myself pretty much to do things that I need to do. And that's the thing, you know, I read about, or I don't like reading about it anymore, but you know, I used to read about people that they're successful, and you know, their habits, their traits, and it's one thing that everybody has in common. It really is. Everybody has this one trait in common that is successful, is getting up early. Like, people say, oh, I'm not a morning person or stuff like that. I'm just like, dog, what are you talking about? And that's the thing, you know, I personally can't get mad at people because I get frustrated and I get pissed off when I just see people and they're not living up to their best potential. And that's the thing. I like to see people grow. I like to see people doing things. Like, believe it or not, like, as much as I don't really care for people in my high school, I want to see them succeed. But when I see that you're not succeeding, when I see that you're not doing anything at all, like, you know, you shouldn't be waking up at 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, in the afternoon, you know. And even if, like, a lot of us, we like to wake up right before school or right before work, like 30 minutes, knowing damn well you're gonna be late, and you get frustrated because there's traffic all over the place. That's the thing. Like, if you plan accordingly, like getting up early, that's why I always say get up early so you can get things done. I try to get up early so I can get the hardest tasks done And then I can just chill throughout the day. Like I can coast throughout the day. And that's cool to me. If it's waking up 30 minutes, like it doesn't have to be drastically early. That's the thing. Just know that for each 30 minutes you wake up, the more successful that you'll be. It's that simple. I don't know what people's idea of what success means to them, but I know that I want to be able to provide for my family. And if that means having to sacrifice just 30 minutes of sleep, or maybe an hour, or maybe an hour and a half, I don't mind. But yeah, try to get up early. Say, man, if you really like the show, and I assume that you like it because you're still listening to the show, but if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, please, write us a review. It helps people find the show, for one, and it also gives people an idea of what's going on in the show without actually listening. So, it attracts other people, and I'm just asking, if you don't want to, it's cool. If you do, God bless you. Now back to the show. So I was talking to one of my homies, one of my closest homies, actually. And, he started something. And, I always talk about starting something, but thinking it through, like all the way. But, I talked to him about it. And, the one thing that stuck out to me about how he was talking about his situation was that, he overthinks. And it's crazy because we all do overthink. Like, it sucks that we overthink, and, it sucks that overthinking actually hinders us. But what do you actually do in those type of situations, right? Like, I know a lot of, I don't want to be, sexist or anything, but, a lot of girls overthink. That's why, honestly, when a woman is faced in a trial by the jury, or by the judge, let's say murder, right? Their sentence is more than a man's because it's premeditated, because women, they think things through. Like, if a woman was going to cheat on a man, she thought it through. It's not that it just happened, it's just things like that. Like, women tend to overthink more than men. Men don't overthink, but there are these cases, where we do suffer from certain things, just in the aspect of being a creative or having your own business and you're overthinking about it. As a creative, you never know how people are going to react to the thing that you created. Hence why you're overthinking. Hence why you haven't put it out. Hence why you stopped doing whatever it is that you were doing. It's very common. So how do you fix that? I think I would just say, just drop it. Whatever it is, think it through, or talk to somebody about it. Because I like to talk to people about things just to get their opinion. Not that it really matters. I really don't care about what anybody says, but really, I would love to know just, hey, I just want to know about this. I've been thinking about it. And that's the thing, when we overthink about things, it just weighs heavy on our heart. And it sucks because literally that's the only thing that's stopping us. And that's the thing, the greatest person that could ever stop you from succeeding in life is you. In any situation, in any circumstance, it's you. And that's where it comes down to. It's sad because it's a lot of potential out there. And that's the thing, keyword potential. I told myself I don't want to die knowing that I had the potential to be great. It's going to drive me insane. I don't want to be 50 years old and tell somebody, I used to be like you. I had dreams and shit. That bothers me. It really does bother me. And that's why I'm bringing it up, because it's very important. If you're overthinking about something, just try to work it out. I don't think you can get more simpler than that. There's no remedy for overthinking. There's no medicine or there's nothing great that you can do about it, but just actually do it. Especially in the standpoint of being a creative or taking that leap of faith. I like to think things through, but then I also think about the what ifs. And that's what it bothers me. I was talking about dropping this podcast in 2015, but it took something that happened for me to just say, fuck it. And here we are, 2 years strong. My oh my. When I tell you, look, that's satisfaction that you're going to get when you do something, or when you're relieved from overthinking, it's a very, very different feeling. There's no need to overthink. And that's the thing. That's why I always bring up meditation. I love to talk about meditation. I think that meditation is the way to a lot of things, actually. It's the way. It really does help. 5 to 10 minutes out your day. A lot of people say, and that's the thing, a lot of people say they don't have time, but I'm just like, yo, if you don't have time to take care of yourself, if you don't have time to invest in yourself, then you ain't doing nothing. Don't talk to me. But that's the thing, like meditation, I can give you like 4 different definitions for it, about it. But I just feel like you hearing the voices in your head and being still, because, a lot of things that happen in our lifetime are just moving every day. We're always multitasking. So why don't you just sit still and listen to all the voices in your head? Then you can differentiate. You can decide to silence one. You can decide to make one louder than the other. And just in that sense, like, if you understand what I'm trying to say, like, just try to silence out all the noise. Stop moving around and just listen to yourself talk. Because then, even if you are overthinking, you're well prepared for whatever it is that you're going to go through. Don't let overthinking hinder you. It's really just you stopping yourself. And that's the thing, I look in the mirror every day and I make sure that I tell myself that I'm not going to get in my way. And that's the thing, like, we all just love to get in each other's way. Get in our own way. Like, a lot of people like to say, oh, like, the white man is gonna stop me from succeeding. No, you are. With that mindset, a lot of people say, oh, well, the school system doesn't really set us up for failure. To succeed. Not with that mindset. Yes, the school does not allow you to express yourself and, just be free. Yeah, do it on your own. You don't need the school. You don't need validation. That's the thing. And I think that's what kills us, validation. But yet, here we are. There's people that still overthink about things, but they still get things done. I overthink, but at times, I like to talk to people about it because it really helps. And that's just it. It just helps. And I'm a person that doesn't really like help from anybody else. I'm a person that I'm very private about my business. It's very rare that you hear about anything about me from another person because nobody knows. Like, there's a few people that know about me and that's it. And people that knew the old me. But that's the thing. Don't overthink. And if you are overthinking, meditate. Go take a seat somewhere quiet and chill out. I think I'm going to dedicate this episode just to like being successful and stuff. Just that type of mindset. But, there's a couple things that I realized, right? A lot of people, on YouTube and, all these successful people, they love to say that money isn't going to bring you happiness. And they're right. Money is not going to bring you happiness. But that's the thing, you tell us not to worry about it, but there's a lot of people that's poor and, there's a lot of people that really can't afford the certain things that these rich folks can. And, I've been one to say, money isn't everything. That's so true. But money makes a lot of things a lot more easier. And that's the thing, Like, why aren't we teaching people how to be financially stable? Why aren't we talking about financial freedom? And that's the thing, those are some things that we can say, okay, well, the government, yeah, they do love to cripple the people that are that want to actually do something with themselves, They do try that. It's crazy because Adult 45, he just, not even just now, but like recently he got the $146 billion for the military. But Bernie Sanders was talking about free college for everybody. And that's the thing. It's a crazy thing right now is where, society tells you you have to go to college. You are not going to get a job if you don't go to college. You're not going to get a job. So go to college, where tuition is going to come out to roughly $40,000, $50,000, maybe. Some people come out with $90,000, $120,000. And then, when you come out of college, we're gonna allow you to get a job, but you have to pay back that loan that you just got with interest. Some people defer their payment till what? 96. Like one of my friends, he is paying $36 until he's 96. And that's the thing. It's just like you're paying a lot of money for what? So people are always going to be in that situation. And that's the thing. You quit your job It's not even that you quit your job. You get a job, or you're looking for a job, and all these people, they're entry level jobs, but they're only gonna pay you $13, $14 an hour. Are you really worth $13, $14 an hour? It's the question right now. Like, I want you to really, really think about it. How much are you worth if you had to think about it? And that's the thing, we're here. A lot of people don't know how to spend their money wisely. I included. Like, I sometimes get reckless. Like, I got Amazon Prime. Don't let me start buying up all these books, because I will. Books are expensive, and that's the thing, books are expensive. But once you learn certain things, then you know not to do certain things. That's just it, But where I'm going with this is that, it's BS saying that money isn't everything. I like when people learn how to make money, and that's where we are right now. You learn how to make money. So not a lot of people talking about learning how to make money. Why is that? I don't know. A lot of people like to sit there and like just get rich. It's not even that we're asking you to give us money. And that's the thing, There was one thing that happened with Kanye West and, his wife and his mom's organization that Rhymefest was taking over, and Rhymefest is over there asking for money. And he said that, Donda West, which is Kanye West's mother, she showed him how to do a lot of things. She showed him a lot, and he really appreciates her. But my question is, why are you still asking for money? Like, if you were taught how to run this organization, why are you not self-sufficient? And that's where, like, that's the word of the day, self-sufficient. Like, when is it where you don't have to rely on anybody? When is it when you don't have to cry for something? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it was like feed a man a fish, and he might. I don't know that. I don't know how to say it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't even butcher it. But you get what I'm saying. Like, look, if you teach me how to do it, I got it for the rest of my life. Like, teach me a skill, and I know how to do it. But that's where I'm going with it. Like, look, we need to learn how to do certain things. We need to learn how to move forward in our life. But if money is hindering, then we need to try to fix that. Eventually I'm going to try and bring on financial advisor or, somebody of that nature, just to teach how to manage the money right, because even then I can learn something. Because I'm not the best with finances, just going on mint.com, budgeting, putting money in your savings and not touching it, simple things like that. If that's what has to be done, then that's what needs to be done. But we just need to learn how to do it. And from there we move on. So I'm all about physical fitness and everything of that nature, eat, sleep, gym, pretty much. But I decided, hey, why don't we just throw out a challenge? Because I know people really just want to be out there and get physically fit. So I decided to create this workout program. It's free. You can get it on moreaboutsomethingelse.com. It's called Feel the Burn Core Challenge. And really, it's a 21-day thing. All you have to do is follow the directions to download, and that's it. But once again, moreaboutsomethingelse.com. You click More About Fitness, then you click the download. It's right there. Once again, it's free. Feel the Burn Core Challenge. Now back to the show. I talk about entrepreneurship a lot. And I feel like it's important for everybody to find out what they want to do in life. It's very important to realize your worth. That's one thing. But it's also important to know that, is all my work, hard work, going in vain? And that's the question that you should ask yourself. Like, ask yourself, if you die tomorrow, like, are they going to replace you at your job? Or if something happens, are you expendable? Like, it's those questions that I ask myself when I think about entrepreneurship. Like, I never thought that, I would start a business and, just go with the flow. it's one thing I don't know, it's something about just survival that I rather try to sit there and, earn my next paycheck than actually be stable and, just be comfortable with a paycheck being given to me. Honestly, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I've come to realize that a lot of people like to give flack to those that, are comfortable living and working off of a 9 to 5. I, for one, I used to say, you're wasting your time. That's not true. If somebody wants to be comfortable, let them be comfortable. Like I said, I get frustrated when people are not doing what they're supposed to be doing in life. But it speaks to me when you work hard. And I feel like I'm just talking for those people that work hard at their craft and, you went to school and you study for these things. And, it's cool that you are very knowledgeable about these things and knowing damn well that you have contributed to whatever business that you're working at. Like, I work so hard. Like, if there's one thing that I do have is work ethic. I realized that I'm not really talented. Like, I'm not talented. I'm not, I don't know. Like, I'm not 6'10". I can play ball, but, I'm not, like, I wasn't gifted by the basketball gods, I wasn't gifted to have super, super smart ability or whatever. Like, something of that nature. I just work hard. And that's the thing, hard work always beats talent. Plain and simple. Kobe Bryant I don't know, he was trash at basketball, but he worked hard, I also talk about time and, he dedicated his time into doing those things. But anyways, stuff of that nature. Like, I work hard. And, I got tired of my managers always telling me, like, you are the core of this company and, you work so hard. But I'm always thinking to myself, like, all right, so, if I do this for a company and I make them rich, because, when I got my first real paycheck and I looked, I was just like, these people are stupid paying me this amount of money all the time. Well, every 2 weeks. Like, are they really making money? And that's the thing. It's franchise. So it's just like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I feel personally that it's up to you. If you want to sit there and continue to make somebody else rich, which is fine. Once again, no knock to anybody that has to work for somebody. But knowing that you can be able to create financial freedom is something else. And that's the thing, it doesn't mean quit your job. Like, if you really can't sustain your life without your paycheck, then don't quit your job. But 1 hour out of the day, 2 hours out of the day, 3 hours out of the day after work, to work on stuff, to start something, it makes a difference. It really does make a difference. And that's all I'm trying to get at. And, we talk about being black owned and everything of that nature. I'll tell you the truth. Not all black businesses are supposed to be taken seriously. I hear about, these beauty parlors where they, where they do your hair and stuff. And the people that do the hair, they tell their clients that, they need to wash their hair, perm it, blow dry it, and all that, and then come. But what am I paying you so much money for if you want me to come and do all that process? And then again, it's just like, I come at 9 o'clock when your shop is open or when my appointment is. And, there's no reason why I should start at 9:10 when I got here at 9 o'clock. Like, it's just things like that. Like I said, not all businesses are supposed to be taken seriously. But to have it in the back of your mind, to be serious about something, it speaks to the rest of the world and the rest of the people that, yo, you're really about it. Like, there's a lot of people that are good at doing things. And when you learn, like, and that's the thing, that's all it ties down to is education. Like, you don't have to go to school. Like, a lot of people say, oh, I'm going back to school to get my business degree. I'm like, for what? Bro, every business textbook says the same thing. Go to Barnes and Nobles. No, not Barnes and Nobles. Half Price Bookstore. Go buy you a textbook. Go to Amazon. Go buy you a textbook and read that much, because that's all you're going to do in school. Look at the curriculum of, let's say you go to University of Houston, go to the curriculum, look at all the classes, get all the books off of Amazon, and then what? Look, I'm telling you, I just gave you something. Like, it's that simple. Or there's this book on business. It's called, I think it's called The Personal MBA. Like once you read that book, there's no need to go to business school. But that's just to say, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. If you're comfortable, once again, be comfortable. But just know that your hard work and dedication better not go in vain because you want to feel comfortable, if you catch my drift. So I want to start this challenge, right? And it's pretty simple. It's called the 30-minute challenge. And basically, for 30 minutes for 1 week, whether it's 30 minutes for a week or 30 minutes every day, I want you to take time out for yourself. And whatever you do on that time, which is 30 minutes, that's between you and yourself. But I feel like the purpose of it is that it will show you how much time you have in 30 minutes and how much you can get done in 30 minutes. And, that's all I really want people to realize is that, time is of the essence. And, if you take time and if you actually do things with your time, then you'll realize that, I can do so much more. But, if you're interested, go ahead and shoot me an email at joshua@moreaboutsomethingelse.com. And besides that, I love to wrap the show up the same way every week. Words of wisdom for this week. Your energy introduces you before you speak. Interpret it how you please. But once again, you'll listen to the greatest episode up to date. Thank you for listening to More About Something Else. If you like this episode, please tell a friend. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes. Listen to us on SoundCloud, Google Play, YouTube, Stitcher, you name it. It's all over the place. But my name is Joshua, and I'm out.